Hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and we are back with another action figure review, or you could say a duo action figure review, as we do have a tag team, a first time in the line for both men, only time in the line for Nash Carter. For future tense, as it's not like these guys are new, but we've got Series 94, MSK, we've got Wes Lee, we've got Nash Carter. Taking a quick gander on the bushish on the back of the box, on the side of the box, because they're both essentially the same except for graphic and pictures. Looking at the back of the box real quick, I own 3 figures out of this wave. I wouldn't mind owning the Edge from this set either. Maybe the Bret Hart wouldn't hurt. I don't know if I'd go out of my way for the Stephanie though. But yeah, before we ramble on a little too much, admiring this classic style packaging, I guess you could say now, even though it's literally just got changed within the last couple of waves. Anywho, it don't matter. What does is getting both of these men out of their plastic prisons and taking a good look at the figures themselves now, shall we? They didn't like collide together the way I thought they would. There we go. Well, alrighty. Now that we've got both men out of the plastic prisons, as you can see, they both come with sets of mic or weapon holding hands. They both have sets of, I'm assuming, what's supposed to be like M hands or whatever. The ones on my Wesley, one of them came a little bit warped with one of the fingers, but I don't know. Maybe that's just how he held it. And they both do have these super nice, rubberish vest jacket things. I can definitely say the Nash Carter's feels a little bit softer than the Wesley's, but that's besides the point. A little weird note the fact though, the Nash Carter vest was strapped into the packaging, but the Wesley's one wasn't. I don't know, I just figured I'd note that. I don't think they're realistically any what different. Maybe a little bit now that I'm looking at them. The pattern on them's a tad bit different. If you were looking at them from the back though, no. They're not all that much different, just a little bit in the designing. First things first, I will say this Wesley's legs are incredibly stiff. Holy cranky. I can barely bend that kneecap. I was just trying to maybe pose it up a little bit better for the camera. But first things first, getting into both men and their attires. Wesley wearing some Samoa Joe-esque shorts. You've got Nash Carter in tights. Getting into the breakdown of both men's attires though. On Wesley's shorts, you've got the MSK logo in the front. It's white in the front of the legs with the green stripe going around. You've also kind of got similar-ish feeling on the back, but with a much larger MSK logo and all the little graphic designs there. Pretty nice little attire. Of course, the legs being super stiff is kind of fun, but as long as his legs pose around decent and stuff of that nature, which they seem to be doing way better than the Solo Sokoa at the moment, so can't complain about the stiffness in the legs there. The torso is a little bit loose though, so I guess we'll have to keep that in mind. Now, as far as the Nash Carter goes, I will say I think either this kick pad is the other leg, and they put the right boot on it, but gave me a right or left leg on the right kick pad. I don't know. It's kind of weird to explain. Either that or he's just bow-legged and I gotta fix that. I couldn't tell you, but what I can tell you though is I do like the way his attire is set up. Very similar to his partner's, but the lines, the green line comes to a point, and the logos are on the side of the tights, making this mainly a white base, which is kind of interesting if you did want white attires. I'm assuming that this is mainly a white base with black and green paint, so keep that in mind, I guess you could say. Both men, of course, have knee pads and kick pads. No designs on either one. So I guess now we can just kind of break down some of the tattoo work and maybe get into like the head scans. So, of course, Nash Carter has his chest tattoo, which, what does it even say? I don't know. The legacy lives on. I'm assuming that might be a memorial tattoo. Couldn't tell you though. He has nothing on his back though. Does have some stuff on his arms though. A little, I'm assuming another memorial piece there. He's got a diamond there. And kind of just like CM Punk, he's just got a bunch of little random tattoos littered throughout. He's got like a little cat on his arm. And just a bunch of different random things. Similar-ish with Wesley, but he does have a pretty big back tattoo. He's also got, I'm assuming that is a dragon on the back of his arm. Kind of an interesting looking dragon. He's got an interesting chest tattoo as well with some words that I can't really read too well. Love them? I don't know, maybe that's what that says. I don't know. Their tattoo work is pretty interesting. I love the attires. The head scans, they look just like them in my opinion. Like I see Nash Carter in this head scan. I see Wesley in that head scan. And in all honesty, before I ramble on too long, why don't I get these guys all posed up, shall I? Well, alrighty, you guys. Now that we've got them all posed up in the rubber vest jacket things and stuff of that nature, I can say I do kind of enjoy the way these figures feel in hand. I may have to heat treat the Nash Carter. At least it's not like it's because of D'Lo Brown syndrome, like with the, with the Solo Sikoa. Speaking of the Solo, just kind of like point it out real quick. I did put the broken one into a package, and now I guess you can say I have a mock Solo for no reason. Gotta fix up my shelf a little bit, but that's besides the point. I can't fucking speak here tonight. What can I say about these figures? I don't know. I can definitely say the Wesley is at least like a good... I'd say he's like a good 7.5 out of 10, maybe. Maybe you could give him the 8 in your collection, but to me he's a good 7.5. He's almost perfect. He's almost there. Maybe a couple extra hands wouldn't have hurt. Maybe an extra head scan wouldn't hurt for either one of these two, because I'm going to give the same rating to Nash Carter, despite the bow-leggedness, because it's not really that big of a problem in my opinion. It just kind of looks odd for certain shots and scenarios, I'm going to assume, but once I fix it, I'm sure it won't be too much of a problem. Still kind of a point deduction there, though. But at the end of the day, as far as the stars rating would go, I guess you could say this is a good 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'd say a pretty good solid rating there. Pretty damn good tag team from the indies, from NXT, wherever you've seen them wrestle. Of course, now you can see Nash Carter wrestle back in Impact with the third member of the Radicals, or whatever they called their little trio down in Impact, or well, now as it's called TNA. Wesley sadly sidelined with a back injury. Who knows when when we'll see him again. Again, can't fucking speak here tonight. But hopefully, maybe we'll see all three of their little 6-man group again here soon. If not, at least hopefully we'll see Wesley back on TV here soon, as we can watch Nash Carter. Realistically, I don't really have too much else to say though. If you're a fan of these guys, I definitely would say go pick them up. Keep an eye out for the prices though, as the Wesley is I'd say fairly cheap on Amazon right now if you want to get him. I also got the Nash Carter on Ringside really dirt cheap. That was like $8. But all in all, If you can't find them for cheap, but you still want them, I don't know if I can say they're justifiable, worth anything more than retail price. But if you can find them and you think they're worth more than that, after all, they are first time in the line. It's their only time in the line so far for both men. What more can you really say there? But on that note, if you liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you didn't like the video, man, well, boo-hoo, I guess. If you did like the video, though, and you want to go check out some other stuff, I actually did take the time today to update the playlist for the action figure reviews and the pick fed and stuff of that nature. So feel free to go check those out if you want to watch those. The playlist for the pick fed, though, is a little weird. It's not set up from the beginning to where we are currently. It's starting from where we are currently to the beginning. So keep that in mind. At least that's what I noticed. Maybe I somehow fixed it and it's not like that, but last I knew it was a little messed up. But anywho, if you would like to, feel free to go do that. If you would also like to, a little small favor I've been asking, we're almost at 200 subs. So if you're new around here and you haven't, subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe. If you'd like to, feel free to also go follow me on Instagram. I think we just recently passed over 100 followers on there for the toy channel. Great times so far. And after these couple of figure reviews, as we do technically have one more guaranteed after this, hopefully we can get into some more pick fed stuff. And on that note, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, night, morning, whenever you're deciding to watch this. And we shall see you later. Deuces, ooses.